Brighton, lads in Brighton. We are live. What's happening? Futureverse friends, welcome back to the weekly stream. Futureverse episode 10. Baby, it's the 10th week. A lot has been happening. Notably, the goblins and the updated white paper now. It's not the Third Kingdom white paper, but it's an updated Futureverse white paper with a lot of exciting things to read. We're going to go through a little bit of the probably nothing at first, get all that out of the way, and then dive into the white paper. So yeah, we've got no tuning in from Brighton. I was just about to say Crypto Punk Chris can't join us tonight. But as you can see, he's in the comments. What's happening, lad? I'm super excited about a few little bits of this, so let's just dive straight in. This is the probably nothing. Links in the description if you want to read the whole thing. Feel free to copy the links. Go away. We've got a note from Aaron. We've got Gods and Goblins information. It went booming, didn't it? Over 20,000 goblins minted. 1,200 new unique wallets created. 15,000 NFTs turned into junk. I mean, 2.3 million junk issued. 2.3 million. Some junk, that. That is some junk. 2.3 million junk issued. Damn, 2,400 amulets claimed. So the Third Kingdom white paper, when that finally drops, that's going to go more into amulet, DAO territory. The Futureverse white paper doesn't really go into that. We've had the buzzes completely dropped. Fantastic stuff. There's a note from Jess there. There's the Spotify shout out for all that happened. The 3 playlists, token gated access through Spotify, the white paper update, which we'll get to after the Walker Weekly. But I want to talk about this, Chris. If you are on the line, mate, have you got one of these blue bloods? Did you know about this trait dive coming? First little thing I've seen about it today, but the trait dive. And the first trait dive, we're excited to explore the blue blood fur trait, a highly converted characteristic in the Fluf collection. So there's only 109 of these in the entire collection. They possess the blood trait, males and females. It's making it one of the scarcest and most sought after attributes. I looked before, only 2 are even listed. I want to say that, like, the little flufflet that gets dashed about that's got a little bit bluey purple fur looks like it could be a potential flufflet of 2 of these blue bloods, or maybe a blue blood and something else. It gets you into speculating on the flufflet territory and what the different furs are going to breed. But it also makes you think about what kind of potential traits you get in-game. So fluffs with a blue blood fur, they don a strikingly stylish sapphire mane, making them stand out in the crowd. No one knows where the blue bloods originally came from. Some whisper they sailed across the seas from a distant land. Others swear they are descendants of a mythical subspecies of fluffs, hailing from the shores of an enchanted lake deep in the Mystic Valley. There's evidence for any of this? No, but it doesn't stop the rumours. The blue bloods themselves have no idea as far as they're concerned. The Third Kingdom has always been their home. Fantastic little thing to do. It's the first trait dive. I imagine there's going to be more on the way. It says at the bottom, what trait would you like to see us explore next? Let us know in the Twitter and Discord. So if you've got certain traits that you'd like to know about, drop it on the Twitter and Discord. Let them know what you think, because that is super interesting for me. Not just the blue bloods and the little bit of lore behind the blue bloods, but the fact that that can be done for every single trait within every single asset class. Lovely little bit of lore and information. What is happening, Kevin? Yeah, there's only 2 blue bloods for sale, Chris. From when I looked before, I should have kept the page open, really. I might want to have a look in a minute, but yeah, that is extremely interesting. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you've got one. Let us know again. Let us and the team know what trait you'd like to explore next through Twitter and Discord. Spotlight on Jerry Buckler. Shout out. Future of Web3. Go and check the content. It's banging. High quality content. Can't be praised enough. it doesn't matter what that says, but yeah, they've given it's going about his deep dives and that. They can't praise him enough. It's not easy breaking down the complexities of Fluff World and the Futureverse, but Jerry's ability to dissect complex concepts and present them in an engaging manner has been extremely valuable in helping onboard new users to the ecosystem. Shout out, Jerry. Pat on the back, lad. Give yourself a pat on the back. Go and follow his channels and that. You've seen it, Jerry's Metaverse. See the thumbnail there, Jerry's Open Metaverse. Go and give it a sub. Follow him on Twitter and whatnot, because his content is high quality. I'd imagine anyone watching this watches him anyway, but if you don't, get there. Altered State Machine Games about to drop the open beta for the FIFA AI is on all Android devices now. Gotta wait for that iOS, ain't you? But stand by on Next Legends drop as well, because that's no doubt going to come very soon. After I'm doing a rolling art competition. Has anyone seen the goblin running inside a wheel on Twitter? That was someone's entry into this, I believe. So the rolling art, shout out Silo's birthday, but that's about the end of that, except for security in the team. Security alert with a Walker World Discord, and that was terrible. People's got to be vigilant, due diligent. It's hard. It is hard. Checking every link over and over again and address over and over again, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. The Atem Rolling Art competition is now open for calls. It's open till the 30th of April. The link's in the description for the Twitter. Visit the Discord and then join the competition if you want a little piece of that. It's basically the roll. It's fascinating because they are literally creating wheels. They're designing car wheels, and the guy who designed a little goblin running in the middle of one, I think it's going to be a little hard to beat. But have a go at it. Have a go. Yeah, it is fascinating. Next one's Cool Cats. The Cool Cats announcement. So they're excited to partner with the Futureverse to bring new products and experiences to the community. This isn't just like we'll use your assets and you use our assets. There are 2 articles on this, links posted in the description. I'll let you go and copy them out and read them yourselves if you want in depth. But basically, some of the Futureverse directors and board members are becoming board members of Cool Cats, and some of the Cool Cats directors and board members are doing likewise into Futureverse. It's been fully integrated in a full partnership. Lots of exciting things to come. There's also a recording to play if you want to go and listen to that. Yeah, so shout out to the Cool Cats joining the party. Oh, they look pretty cool. I'm not usually a fan of low poly stuff, gotta be honest. Like, but the walkers, fell in love with the walkers, although they're low poly, and then they're like animal versions of walkers for me. I like that bubbly smooth look. Expanding the IPs, that's what it's all about. The open metaverse, innovation, interoperability. It's the future. And Walker World know it. When we get down to this in a minute, this is absolutely fascinating, and I'm dying to know how it works. We're going to speculate a little bit. If people got what they think, they can let me know. But they've released another clip walking through a great landscape. Again, the foliage always looks bang on. The buildings look bang on. Even the rock meshes and that, the textures. Size of the little walker there, it looks a big building. He's got his gas mask on and that. Always packing the jetpack. But he's making his way through the dreamy grasslands. Amongst all of these unique structures, looks like he stumbled upon a super cool establishment. We wonder where his ventures will take him to next. So there's like a little bar. A little bar he's just found in the middle of nowhere there. So they're working on NFT representations of the virtual land. So what the land sale and basically your GIF, you 3D rotate, how they're going to do it, the representation for the upcoming sale. They're also working on how to visually display the 2 islands as part of Walker World, probably for market material and for cut screens and load screens and stuff. And there's clearly 2 big islands for Walker World, so what angle and perspective to display them to the community. Some harvesting animations are complete. Spoke about these last week. So the harvesting animations are basically going to be when a walker walks up to a rock and clicks harvest, collect, whatever. It's going to do a little pickaxing at the wood, at the rock, whatever. There's going to be a little cheeky animation, and they've been working on them with some of them completely. Continuing work on more of them, and also refining the process and structures. Upcoming clip of the upload creation to Walker World Marketplace for our creator economy and mission room clip inside player-owned houses is in progress. Now that first little bit there, the upcoming clip of upload creation to the marketplace for our creator economy, that's going to be fascinating, because that's a window into how whatever anyone builds as a creator within the world and wants to upload onto the marketplace, this is literally going to be a clip of how that works. Now, what materials and stuff you're going to need to build stuff, and if you need certain assets to be able to build, is another question entirely, but it's clearly moving forward. It's super exciting. Talking to other collections and IPs on how to involve them in our raid feature. Which avatars would you like to see raid your harvesters when collecting rare materials far from home? So again, they're asking the community to jump in on the Twitter, give them your thoughts, give them your opinions, links in the description, let them know what you think. And this is the bad boy, man. Let me get back to the beginning there. Don't leave the phone. But if we're in Walker World and we're going through to the Beyond world and Gravitail, and it makes me wonder what are they shared? Is this the interoperability of the servers? You know, because we've only just had like cross-compatible games, haven't we? Where it doesn't matter what system you're playing on, you can all play Fortnite through the Epic server because you're all on the same server. And you generally, if you're playing a game online with people, the replication's done for online replication, and by replication, what it basically means is you've got the game running on your local PC, and you've got the server replicating what happens for everyone. So that person there, them two people there on the left, if they pick up weapons, their local game immediately knows they're picking up weapons, and then it goes to the server and it has to replicate it and let my local game know that they've now got weapon, and it's happening like that, obviously. But when you're talking about bouncing from one world to another through a portal, and it looks as seamless as just going to another level. Now that little flash away there makes me think, how long's the load screen gonna be? Do you have to bounce? I'm not gonna mind doing a little Star Trek zip. I think this is fascinating, where they've integrated Walker World into their own world, pretty high in the sky, and the floating landscapes, and the hovercraft just takes off, mate, into the clouds. Look at the big ship. Always love a little bit of lore. Look at the big ship here. More alien stuff, more outer space invasion. All the cheeky little bits of lore that they drip in. I just love it. Speaking of lore, next one. Prepping next week's top secret and really clandestine secret meeting of the foil hats. Information at Discord. That link is not in the description, so go and check it out in the Twitter. Don't tell anyone about this. Oh, don't want to be turned green again, mate. They're gonna come. They'll come for me. Go and read it yourself. Go read it yourself. Don't want coward intel infiltrators leading us astray. They know we see their secrets. This is fascinating. And again, what we had the other week, would have come really find it. If we go to, where are we now? Announcements, community updates. Quite a few lately. Smashing it, Walker World. There we go. The community calendar. So they've got a lot of AMAs and whatnot coming. The quiz nights, the giveaway snapshot. But the Fortnite event we was talking about last week. There's a Fortnite event on the 26th. Keep your eyes out for that. I'm super interested into what's going down there. Again, foil at AMAs, mate. Get on it. Get on it. There's also a poker tournament. I'm not really into poker. Anyone watching the stream into poker, let us know in the comments. You can get on this. think Chris plays a bit of poker, I believe. Kurt used to. Not myself a fan, but get on it if you want some. Trait raffle winner, mate. Congratulations again for the raffle winners. Get on the Discord if you want in on the raffle. Basically, everyone's putting a little bit in. And once it reaches the floor of the nearest walker, I don't know whether they do a time and then it's the amount goes on the best walker at the time, or they just a random walker, or they just hit the floor. But you all put in the pot. When you hit the floor of a walker, you buy it, you scoop it up, and baby, someone wins it, mate. Also, it's giveaway time. If your walker's got the poo hat trait, you're in luck. You might have thought it was a shit hat, and it is a shit hat. But you're still in luck. It's giving prizes away, mate. They're giving away more shit. They mean cool stuff for the lucky win or winner announced in a week. So hold on to your hats because they're doing a poo hat raffle, mate. The trait raffle draw number 7. It's like someone's going to win it. Don't sell your poo hat. Keep hold of it. Congratulations to Q2 Richie Rich. You are now richer, mate. You've got the lightsaber. Bunny ears. Bad boy chick. Congrats. You know the dance. You've got to like and retweet the top video and then tag 3 mates in the bottom video. Enter this week's competition. It's GA with a cigar. Don't mind winning him. Who knows? It might be you, mate. It literally might be you. Feel free to come in the Discord. Links in the description for CryptoPunks Discord for the chat now, because we're going to do a little dive into the white paper, mate. Root Network. So obviously, again, links in the description. It's not hard to find. Go and have a proper read of it all. If you want to have a proper read of it, we're just going to skim through a couple of little bits, because obviously there's a few bits of it on certain people's minds more than others. So the first bit for me is the creator economy. And obviously the open metaverse interoperability have been shown all that. The root token, substrate code, the custom run times. Now these are extremely interesting because they're gonna provide the world-class onboarding experience that's just gonna reach out to everyone. It's gonna open it up. So it doesn't seem as Web3. Yeah, you don't have to be as skilled as you used to be or even currently do to get some of these applications and dApps and games on even just slight functionality and mechanisms off the ground. And there'll be a multi-token economy. The best bit will be the custom runtimes for some people. So the custom runtimes for non-fungible assets, gas economy, fungible assets, decentralized exchange, oracles, and more will provide the ingredients for creators to build applications and content without being a smart contract developer. They also provide a world-class onboarding experience. So if you imagine everything that's currently possible within smart contracts and the functionality of certain blockchains, that you might be building an asset and think, I wouldn't mind putting that in, I wouldn't mind that, but I've got no idea how to do it. This sounds like they're going to have a user experience and user interface that's literally just like click, build an asset, boom, what do you want? 3D mesh, boom. And it'll literally just be click along what kind of contract you want, how many traits, what types of traits, name the traits, and a nice and easy experience like that. It's also going to allow for network-wide royalty enforcement, multi-wallets, NFT to NFT spots, everything from XRPL's XLS20. You'd imagine it just evolves with the XRP ledger as more functionality comes available. So will what you can do with them NFTs if you own any. Multi-token economy. And to get to the token, the distribution. So again, there'll be root distribution that's separate from the Third Kingdom white paper and the DAO within the amulets and stuff. So the governance of the root protocol, it's going to be root governance token It's control core features like software upgrades, runtime upgrades, and new deployments, the block reward economy, and admitting new application chains who wish to use the root network hub. Be approved for stake for network security. Fluf World utility and game economy. This is where it gets interesting. The land reward mechanics, the game rewards, a stake to earn content, charging up in-game items, breeding new content purchases, and stake to play. There'll be a data marketplace through your future pass and your digital identity on the root network. So it can be used to incentivize individual and community-owned and controlled data sharing with third parties via the token service platform. As it's a fungible token in its own right, Root can, of course, be used for any other type of utility. Developers can leverage the liquidity of and community of Root to bootstrap their own activities and games. The nature of the multi-token economy means that Root holder community can access to these tokens via staking in the network. The distribution, 12 billion tokens. So this is extremely interesting as well. Like they've up to 100% for the community rewards from 10 to 20%. And each month, so hang fire for more details on this, because again, it's getting more to the missions and the actual challenges and actually doing something to get a reward play to earn. So each month, there'll be ecosystem challenges will be set on the Root network. Challenges as in that sound like if you don't complete them, you get nothing. And if you complete them, you get rewarded. However, each will have a number of rewards available. The total number of rewards per player will be determined by their future score. What's the future score? The future score is driven using future pass technology and will be calculated based on things like the type of assets you hold, the number of assets you hold, how long you've held them, the rarity of those assets, the activities those assets have been involved with, along with other contributions players have made to the growing of the ecosystem, such as social media activity. The score is dynamic, will evolve over time, and will be influenced based on your participation. That is extremely interesting, fascinating, fantastic. Again, like play, it doesn't matter because it sounds like the challenges, they're not just going to play themselves out. You'll have to go on somewhere and complete the challenges. Otherwise, is it really a challenge? So it don't matter how many assets you've really got. If you don't do the challenge, you won't benefit at all. But the more assets you've got after doing the challenge, the more you're going to be rewarded. Fascinating. Fascinating. This is where the true holding the asset as well as using and working, it's really going to be really good, because this will expand from just simple user interface 2D click and return missions and challenges into full-on 3D immersive experiences within all the worlds. Land mechanics is now at 20%, previously 15%. 20% of the tokens will be allocated to game mechanics within the Third Kingdom. The upcoming Third Kingdom white paper will release more details on how this will work. So the Third Kingdom white paper that's going to be coming very, very soon, we all hope, tomorrow, please, is going to give us more details on how the Third Kingdom's actually going to work, i.e. the game. This white paper is more futureverse and how the tokenomics and the economy and the umbrella that encapsulates the whole of the open metaverse that has ties and touches futureverse, whether it's a small partnership or just used as a back-end API or software development kit with the DID development kits, a decentralized protocol. There's going to be loads that they can use and tag onto the back end. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the Third Kingdom white paper drop, because it will be more specific on the world, on the game, on the amulets, with the junk, how that DAO is going to work separate from the Root governance. Might even have a little bit of Root governance involved in it. There'll be block reward bootstraps, 10% increased by 100%. The burn to mines now at 10%. Futureverse, 15% as a core developer. That hasn't changed. Liquidity providers, removed all pre-sale. Liquidity providers will be eligible for up to 5% of the tokens. A DAO treasurer of 5% reallocated to community rewards and network rewards. The treasury will manage a further 5% of tokens Among the other tokens retained within the treasury, these tokens will be locked for 50 weeks. The DAO will control their allocation. So after the tokens drop, they get allocated and distributed. There'll be more talk of the DAO and how that's going to work moving forward. Advisors take 5%. Next bit's get a bit technical, but I want to jump and end the stream on AI. It is the hot topic, extremely hot topic. Stacked AI is going to be massive. ASM can apparently do it. ASM brains can be stacked. It's in the white paper. So what's happening? 2020 enlighten me. Enlighten me, mate. What ASM enables. We all know that ASM is basically about owning your own. Don't need to read all this. It's about owning your own AI. Your ownability, tradability, composability, and interoperability of AI, GANs, and machine learning reinforcement models. Using the NFT provides the world's first open infrastructure for any individual rather than companies to provably own, build, and govern their own AI. This individual ownable AI is called non-fungible intelligence. So we all get the idea. We own a brain. We own an AI. Fascinating thing comes here, what ASM enables. ASM provides and other Web3 applications the ability to define interoperable specifications for AI machine learning models for use in apps across the metaverse. Define interoperable specifications for models, like it's going to give suggestions on apps to be built by the sounds of it there. Absolutely fascinating. We can use ASM infrastructure to create training gyms. Cloud GPU processors. Now, bear in mind that at first these people might be chosen who run worlds and whatnot, and it expands to anyone with the hardware and requirements capability to actually run one, because you will need a certain level of GPU to power the computations. But basically, end users can train their own machine models in a GPU training gym. So they can also attach those machine learning models to a brain. That's fascinating. That implies that you can train models in a gym before you've even purchased a brain, or before you've even specifically said, I want that kind of model on that brain. Again, this is all going to get expanded as the worlds expand and the white papers expand, but it's fascinating to think about and speculate. It can compose multiple AI capabilities under a single brain NFT to create complex and highly capable AIs. On the surface, that can be seen as a little bit of a throwaway, but when you see what ChatGPT is doing, a text to stable diffusion, mid-journey, text to image, text to 3D, text to generate, it's massive because they're all separate at the moment, and eventually they're all going to start getting stacked against each other. And when people start stacking AIs, ChatGPT stacks with its plugins for this, that, and that, it's going to be able to do the lot from one single interface and one single entity. This is no different with the brains, except we'll actually own them. You won't be using open AIs, you'll be using your version that you've trained. Obviously, we'll all start with a base version, but through the gyms and through your specific training that you create with your own machine model, it's going to be fascinating to see how complex people can make them when they start stacking different skills. So ASM is suitable for a wide range of use cases, including games, open world experiences in the metaverse, financial agents, personal assistants, and many more. Imagine a brain that not only runs a real world home assistant, personal assistant, but also a metaverse assistant, kind of like a floating seeker that follows you around. You can now get real world floating seekers that follow you around. It could also be a financial agent and trading bot right on the spot, giving you updates as and when you request them. The protocol is a little bit deeper regards the ASTO and the DAO. So again, we've got an other DAO within ASTO and ASM. There's a governance body within the ASTO token and people who own it. This is just DAOs and DAOs and DAOs, and if people didn't expect that, that's what's happening. That's what the open metaverse will have to be. And maybe you watching this now one day will create your own DAO within root network using this infrastructure to build out your own. Again, you won't really need to know that much about smart contracts. It's going to be able to do it for you. So it's extremely exciting, and I can't wait for not only the Third Kingdom white paper, but for one of the games to actually drop, because, oh boy, we are going to be on it for the right few days, let me tell you that. We'll be booking holidays. We'll be freeing up days in the calendar. We're doing a 24-hour stream the day the Third Kingdom drops, or Walker World, whichever drops first. I'll do a 24-hour stream of me just sweating it out in World. I'm being serious, 100%. On that note, we're going to start closing it down. It's super exciting what's happening. Not only regarding the gaming aspect, but everything from the open metaverse to AI integration with the Web3 aspect of us all owning a little piece of it. This will branch into every corner of society eventually, and it will touch almost everyone. Everyone will use AI in the end. I know there's a few people a little bit scared of it at the moment, but I don't think this is anywhere near the AI they're actually truly scared of. That's next level stuff that thinks on itself. This AI we're using now will need human input for a hell of a long time. Don't care about breaking Turing tests and all that. It could beat people at chess decades ago. Been better at humans at many things for decades. Tests like that don't matter. AI is here to stay. Technology always moves along. We move with it or die off without using it. It's as simple as that. Don't be a caveman saying put the fire out, throw your steak on it. Yeah. Get a steak in. And on that note, we're Oscars. We'll see you next week, if not before. We will be doing some pre-recorded videos again soon enough. So, yeah. Give us a like. Give us a share. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And get excited, because this is not going to slow down. This will keep picking up speed. The Seekers dashboard is going to drop in no time. I can't wait to be doing a stream where we're showing a little bit of that off. So until then, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.